What's up, y'all? This is Magic Man, and today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite books, Pedagogy of the Oppressed by Paulo Freire. Now, this book is a tough read. Like, you got to get your vocab up, but it was going to be a foundational piece to a practice I was starting way back called Stabilizing Sunday before it was sabotaged. So let's get into it. Pedagogy of the Oppressed. Pedagogy, the art or science or profession of teaching. Pedagogy of the oppressed, the art or science or profession of how we as a society teach each other how to reinforce the constructs of oppression, consciously and subconsciously. It's why you get that question that when you're full of frustration and you're saying, why do my voting peers continually vote against their own best interests? The answer is coding, social engineering. One of the key tools is fear. Fear is both real, danger is real, and it's also imagined. So if you take art or science and the profession of teaching and you interweave both real fear and imagined fear, then you weaponize fear. And so when you ask that question, why do people vote against their own best interest time and time again? The answer is coding. Every election cycle, the same coding gets replayed. That's why I grew up with the phrase, politics is a dirty game. Because it is. The inhumanity of the oppressors and revolutionary humanism both make use of science. But science and technology at the service of the former are used to reduce men to the status of things. At the service of the latter, they are used to promote humanization. The oppressed must become subjects of the latter process. However, lest they continue to be seen as mere objects of scientific interest. So that means if you poor and shit, you might want to get behind policies in organizations and groups that are behind, that are for everyday, that are for policies for everyday people, rather than more systems of extraction and exploitation. Submerged in reality, the oppressed cannot perceive clearly the order which serves the interests of the oppressors, whose image they have internalized. Chafing under the restrictions of this order, they often manifest a type of horizontal violence, striking out at their own comrades for the pettiest reasons. Self-depreciation is another characteristic of the oppressed, which derives from their internalization of the opinion the oppressors hold on them. So often do they hear that they are good for nothing, know nothing, and are incapable of learning anything, that they are sick, lazy, and unproductive, that in the end, they become convinced of their own unfitness. Before we go, check out this gathering my mother and I was grateful to be a part of. Some have learned how to break those habitual chains from centuries of brutal social engineering. Listen to those drums.